Well, certainly one reason that John is not representing me tonight is that I'm not allowed into this meeting. In the time that I've lived in the Hudson Valley, which is a very long time, I've never heard of having a public meeting that I didn't have access to.
His voting record and his policy decisions are really in line with President Trump's. He's being financed by outside interests, namely the Mercers who live in New York. And it's just not a fair way to be represented.
I think part of the problem with the whole system is that greed has taken it over, and he's one of the people who's sold out to greed. And unless we get some ethics and honesty back in government, we're sunk.
His vote for Trump Care is the deciding issue for me. His votes to cut Medicare and Medicaid programs that protect the most vulnerable people in this country, he voted to cut, to take away. And I cannot be in support of that.
John Faso also voted to dump coal ash into the rivers in West Virginia. I actually called his office and asked if he had voted for that. And his office manager told me that he did. But don't worry, because it wasn't the Hudson River. It was just the rivers in the Alleghenies in West Virginia. So no, pollution in any river doesn't set well with me.
He is not for universal health care. Health care is a human right. We are nurses at a local hospital. We see firsthand that we need decent health care.
I'm really concerned about the tax plan that's coming out. I'm sure Faso's going to support all of these cuts. And I want to know how he's going to justify to the working poor of his district, how Faso's going to justify to those of us who don't make $1 bajillion, don't own major corporations. Faso, how are you going to make sure that the money that these companies get with all these tax cuts is coming back home to us? And so if John Faso continues to vote to allow all the money to run up the food chain to the Trumps of the world, then the rest of us are going to be out of luck. And I'm really concerned. Faso, what are you going to do about that?
Yep.